I'm going to call this meeting to order. I'll stand and recite the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, the republic for which it stands, under God, indivisible, liberty. Let's pray. We ask for your presence in this meeting as we strive to be productive and efficient in our discussions. Help us to stay focused and on task. Give us creative ideas and solutions that will bring about positive results. Brief moment for your own intentions. I'd like to, first of all, just wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I was glad to see we got some people here with interest in the counties. Can I get the motion to call this, approval of the agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any discussion to that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Opportunity for public comment. This is an opportunity for people who wish to come forward and discuss opportunities for the county. Anybody would like to come forward? Not seeing anybody coming forward. Brings us into, let me run through this, hope Commissioner Creed gets here before we start some interviews. Register of Deeds, anyone here from Register of Deeds? Sheriff's Office.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, good morning. Sheriff Pat West, Meade County. Don't have a whole lot to add this morning outside of what the stats are. We're continuing to stay busy with lots of calls for service. We're going to hit the mark of 20,000 calls for service through the dispatch center by the end of the year. Obviously, these stats are for November. Also, civil paperwork has been through the roof, unfortunately, but we've been managing and keeping up with that. So, nothing else really to add. Pretty straightforward.
On the civil service, is that being driven, is there, because more people using the sheriff's office? Because generally a lot of people use private process servers.
Yeah, I think that's what's generating it is, they're coming to us to get it done. A lot of distress warrants. We're getting a bunch of those. Obviously, those are mobile home tax stuff. So that seemed to be the majority of it. We still have a lot of, the criminal subpoenas, things like that. But
Any other questions for the Sheriff West? Not, we will move down to State's Attorney's Office. Do you mind seeing if Commissioner Creed? Oh, she's here. No one from the State's Attorney's Office. Yes, we will get ready to go into the Planning Board interviews. I don't know, since I've been on the board, we have not had this many people apply, which is very exciting. It's good to see the interest of the citizens out there to join. Good morning, Commissioner Creed. I'm going to just, there is 8 of you. I've certainly read through all the applications, and it's not going to be an easy decision. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to randomly, it's a little tough. We have to do everything public, so I'm going to just randomly, I got a random selector on my phone, and I'm going to just randomly go through 1 through 8, and I will call out which one comes up. So,
I think we talked about, you and I at least talked on the phone, setting the time frame for...
Oh, certainly, yep.
So do you want to let them know before you start calling them?
Thank you, Commissioner Weisark. That's a very good point. I think with 8, I think 3 minutes is appropriate time for you guys to introduce yourself. And unless someone on the board agrees, thinks it's a very short amount of time, but I don't think we've ever had 8 before. So I think 3 minutes is appropriate time for you to introduce yourself and tell us why you would.
Discussion of the qualifications of individuals can be done in executive session. It's not required to be. However, any nominations or selections would have to be made in public.
So I anticipate that usually with these decisions, the board will go back and convene, which we'll do so during our regular executive session time, which will be at the end of the meeting. So conduct the interviews now, and then we will select somebody, I anticipate, by the end of this meeting. And we have to, because the first planning board meeting is first Monday in January. Is that right, Commissioner Wysorick?
That's correct. The first Monday at 1 o'clock it would start.
Do you have anything, as chair of the planning committee, do you have anything you'd like to add?
For those people applying, we have received, we're going to have a position available starting in December, and then there's also going to be a position available starting at our April meeting, because we had one of the planning board members submit resignation effective in March, and so my thought would be that out of the 8 that we figure out the March one too. The only issue with the March one, just so you know, is you'd be up for reappointment at the end of the year because you just appoint to fill out the term. So if you're not interested in the March one when you come up, let us know that. Otherwise, you would be up for reappointment at the end. But you might have not seen that because we just got that resignation in yesterday, and we just posted it to the agenda yesterday afternoon. So I wanted to give you a heads up on that we'll likely be voting on 2 spots.
Thank you. Commissioner Liggett, you sit in as an alternate oftentimes on that board. Do you have anything to add?
I do not at this time.
It's a very good board led by our planning director, Ms. Tanya Vig, and she does a very good job of keeping the board up to date and ready. It's a very busy board. I think you're getting more and more all the time. Is that accurate to say, Commissioner Wysorick?
Well, there's pressure coming up from Rapid City. Kind of ebbs and flows. So some months it'd be fairly nominal, but in some other months, we've gone from 1 to 5:30 to 6 o'clock occasionally. Generally, it's 2 to 3 hours.
Thank you. If not, I'm going to randomly select our first candidate to interview. Number 3, which this I have Christian Morgan on the list. Is this number 3?
And
come forward, sir.
Chairman?
Mm-hmm. Yes, go ahead, Commissioner Creed.
Sorry I'm late. I had an out-of-town person show up at my door with Christmas presents as I was walking out.
And so,
oh, Joanne, but sorry I'm late.
I think that's the first time.
Yeah, right. A real legitimate reason. Real legitimate reason.
Sorry, Mr. Morgan. I will start. Actually, I got the random calculator. If you could start the timer for me, please, Commissioner Liggett. Like I said, 3 minutes, sir. And Commissioner Liggett gives me a nod. I'll say, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Morgan.
Mic isn't on.
Oh, if you could turn your mic on.
Push that button
there. There you go. Green light. There you go. Start his time over.
Yep.
Sure. My name is Christian Morgan. I live at 4751 Westridge Road, just off of Erickson Ranch Road. My family has been in Meade County since 1986. I myself grew up here, but have lived most of my life in Colorado over the last several decades. We returned to kind of take care of some family issues and some land, and have always called Meade County home, South Dakota home. I used to wrestle right here in Sturgis, so this is a warm spot for me always. I'm here because I have entered my 3rd career. I started as a police officer and retired after 20 years in that profession. From there, I went on to be a city manager and spent 8 years managing a city in Colorado. That is one of the highlights of the reasons why I'm here. In that process, I gained quite a bit of knowledge about what it means to be an effective leader in local government and to do things that are meaningful, but most importantly within the law. to listen to all sides of a situation. While I was in charge of managing departments, I also oversaw the renewal of our comprehensive plan every year. I was an integral part of that, and participated in other ways as well. Prior to becoming a city manager, I was an elected city council person in Colorado, and spent some of that time on various boards, including the Board of Adjustment. I was on a library board. I was on a water and sewer board. Those kind of advisory capacities there. Educationally, I have an undergraduate degree in business administration through Regis University, and then a graduate master's degree in public administration through the University of Colorado. I have been elected to serve on the Municipal League, have spent time also elected as the association president for the police department that I was a part of, which was about 275 people. So, but my real reason for being here, of course, is my love for the county, my love for South Dakota. I don't have any specific reason why I'm sitting before you. I don't have any specific business interests why I'm sitting before you. I am here just because I understand the complexities.
Okay, thank you. It's your time, Mr. Morgan. Is there any questions from the commission for Mr. Morgan?
You know, I wasn't sure if we were going to be asking everybody all the same questions at the same time. I do have a couple of questions I
Certainly.
was going to ask
I've
all the candidates.
opened it up. The commissioners have a full opportunity to ask all the questions they want.
Okay. First of all, as you were talking, I thought, gee, you're just like us, a glutton for punishment.
Maybe so. I think so.
Anyway, since I said I was going to ask everyone the same question, I think in part what your opening statement probably handled one of these questions. But have you had any business with the Meade County Planning Office in the last 5 years, and do you anticipate any future construction plans within our boundaries? And
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question, and the answer is yes. When we moved back to South Dakota, we went through Meade County's process to subdivide some family land. And in that process, I learned a lot about how Meade County operates. I was impressed with the way that it flowed. There was never questions, beginning with the staff level all the way through to, the commission level to get our subdivision approved. So I appreciated that. I don't anticipate there will be future subdivisions personally. We may apply for a building permit for another home or something like that, but that's the extent of it.
Thank you. And second of all, what do you believe are the two main planning issues facing Meade County, and do you have any suggestions on how to solve those problems?
Sure. I think the two issues facing Meade County are, number one, you've got a lot of encroachment from, and I use the word encroachment loosely, but there's a lot of municipal pressure in the developing area of Meade County, and that's pretty well outlined in the comp plan that you passed in 2022, where there's two very distinct areas here. Part of Meade County is very rural. Part of it is developing. So one of the issues and one of the challenges we're going to always have is how do you accommodate urban growth, and it's difficult. People are resilient. They want to manage themselves. They want to decide what's best for themselves, and in some respects that's correct. But that leads me to number two, where we're all confined by the law, and we as commissioners cannot operate outside of what the law allows us to do. Obviously, there's a degree of common sense that kind of comes with making decisions, but it is the law that decides what we can and can't do, what we can and can't impose on people, the restrictions that we can impose. While I am always going to be a supporter of individual landowner rights, I also understand that there is constraints to that, and that's what we've all decided, is to have laws.
Any other questions from the commission?
Doreen, I appreciate your comments. Those are very good questions to ask. So I think that the planning board meets, on Mondays once a month. Obviously, there's work to be done prior to the meetings. Those are, educating yourself about the ordinances and about the things on the meetings themselves. I assume that you have the time commitment available to make that happen.
I do have that time commitment. I am semi-retired right now. I'm a small business owner. I can be here for every single meeting. I don't anticipate being away for any of those, and I'm also available on short notice for special meetings as needed.
And then, how long have you been back in the county?
We came back in 2024. That said, we're back and forth a lot because of family. Obviously, they kind of keep me up to date with things that have been happening here.
Any other questions from the commission? The only question I would have is Commissioner Wyzorek brought up earlier, would you be interested in that 9-month term, I guess, as it would lay out as well, if need to be to serve for that position?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you'd be interested in both. Any other questions from the commission? Not, I will randomly. Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Is it against HR to ask what year you graduated from Brown High School?
Might not be against HR, but it might be against other things.
I will choose to answer that. It's
okay.
Graduated in 1990.
Thank you.
Which makes me 54.
Right, thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Okay.
We'll let you know here. Just randomly selected number 1, which is Amanda Anglin.
He didn't see the 72 flood either.
Thank you. There's only the other day there was only 2 people that saw that. Thank you. Hi, Amanda. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for applying for the planning board spot. So I will let you. I'll open it up for